You're watching the Wrestling NRD Broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is T, JP, and D. Welcome to episode 193 of the Wrestling NRD Broadcast. And as of the time that this airs, I will be in Disney World, which is why I'm wearing this hat, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wearing this hat. I get married this Saturday at time of recording. By the time this airs, I will have been married for 3 days. What a time.
I got new glasses today.
I like them.
What a shock. Tom got new glasses.
I'm drinking green stuff. I'm pretending to be healthy. I got to, so I can make it, to places and stuff.
Here's what I want to happen this weekend. I've made a decision.
Okay. And this will have had happened by the time this airs.
So, yeah, this will have happened by the time this airs, hopefully. We're going to go to Lowe's or Home Depot. We're going to get 2 chairs and a door. And I'm going to have JP powerbomb me through it in the hallway of the hotel.
Okay.
Or the lobby, so strangers can see.
Okay.
And I'm going to be fully nude.
Okay.
We might get in trouble for that.
Tom, when was the last time you're in Poughkeepsie? That's called Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
I would like to say this though, Tom. I'm going to save you some serious coin. There's a place called the Restore, like where people donate.
Yeah.
It's like a Habitat for Humanity. You can get doors there for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Don't go to Lowe's. As a former
doors.
employee of New Beginnings Window and Door, I highly recommend it. If you want quality doors, you go to New Beginnings Window and Door. I want a cheap door.
The thing is, I don't want quality. I don't want quality.
Yeah. So if you need cheap Chicken Friday, $5 rotisserie chicken at the Stop and Shop, you go to the Restore and get yourself a cheap door. Go right there.
I had a dream.
You have a dream
that I think it's wrestling related, and I think I need to share it on the show.
Okay.
I moved.
Yes.
To Orlando.
Okay.
And I was out hanging out, looking at glasses. Like, that's what I do. I'm in all the glasses boutiques, and I'm walking. I don't know what, like, downtown Orlando looks like. So, like, in my head, it's just whatever it was. And I'm, like, shopping. There's a couple optical boutiques downtown. And I'm walking downtown. I'm like, I need a cup of coffee. And so I go to the coffee shop, and who do I see? Who? Bailey. So I ran into Bailey in Orlando in my dream, and I'm like, hey, you're Bailey. And she's like, yeah, you're Tom. And I'm like, sweet. She goes, you're Puppets Harold, right? And I'm like, yeah. And we're talking, and she's like, so, like, how's your podcast going? I'm like, it's great. And she's like, did you guys get rid of Dave? And I'm like, we're trying. She in my dream, Bailey didn't like you. And I'm like, we're trying, but, like, Dave's been pretty cool lately. So, we're seeing where it goes. And she's like, cool. Like, so, like, do you want to, like, join the WWE and hang out all the time? And I'm like, well, I'm not an athlete. And she's like, you have good glasses, Tom. That's all you need. So in my dream, I met Bailey at a coffee shop. She liked my glasses, didn't like Dave, and I joined WWE purely based on my glasses collection.
I mean, this is weird.
It's a very
This is really weird. I had the same dream that Tom was in Orlando buying glasses. He went to get coffee. He ran into Bailey. The only difference, and of course, Bailey hates Dave. No shock. But the big difference was she didn't ask about WWE. She asked if you were seeing anybody, and got real aggressive with you.
Yeah,
got real aggressive with you.
I'm handsome,
and you were a gentleman about it, and you agreed to hold hands with her, and that's where my dream ended, because you gotta have your privacy.
Gotta have the privacy.
It's funny you guys. It's funny you guys mention that.
Hair down. I'm looking, guys. Yeah. I can't wait to show everyone what I'm wearing at this wedding this weekend.
I'm excited.
I got the cutest outfit. It's insane. I'm gonna look adorable. I have 3 options for pants. Well, 2 options for pants and 1 option to add a corset. with that matches one of the pants. So we'll decide in the hotel room. But
We'll vote on it like it's Survivor.
Also, Survivor starts tonight. Well, tomorrow we're watching it, but
oh shit, it started tonight. Fuck's sake, I'm gonna be so behind.
My friend Nick. This has nothing to do with wrestling. My friend Nick from seminary is obsessed with Survivor. Loves it. I love Nick. Nick is like big homie. I love this dude. His wife Caroline is a champ. Their daughters, they've got twins. They love me. They call me Sasso. It's adorable. And we sing Chapel Row and Hot to Go when we go to Target. It's incredible. Nick loves Survivor. I had never watched it until last season. Nick has auditioned to Survivor many times.
Okay.
And we had decided that, like, how long would Tom last on Survivor? And I'm saying at most 2 hours. At most. I don't like bugs. I like to sleep in a bed, and I have irritable bowel syndrome, so I have to poop a lot. So I don't think I'd last long, but I think I'm going to audition for Survivor. Under the pretense of my friend Nick really wants to be on your show, I want to be on it before him. I have no skills. I have no survival skills. I cannot start a fire. I know how to use a hatchet because I've chopped wood and an axe. I do not know how to cook outside of like an oven and a grill. And I do not eat meat. Mm-hmm. And I do not like bugs, especially spiders. And I don't like to be dirty. So I think that's going to be my audition tape. And you're going to see I'm going to be on Survivor. They're going to say my name and I'm going to appear. Tom Sasso.
How
do you feel about eating bugs?
Oh.
Okay.
See, this is.
Listen, I also like. I don't like sand.
Oh.
It's coarse and grainy, and it gets everywhere.
It's so hard
everywhere,
to come off.
man.
Dude, it's so hard to come off.
You ever try and get sand out of a clam when you were trying to shuck an oyster? I mean, geez, Louise, not easy.
Yeah. Digger over here, always talking about clams.
To your point, I mean, you did call me clam digger.
I did.
But to your point, Tom, I could not last on Survivor. Same reason I hate the bugs, I hate being outdoors and all that stuff. But I used to watch The Amazing Race, and I always thought before my dad, my dad is now in his late 70s. But I always thought, my dad and I, although we fucking would kill each other at some point during the show, which made for great television, would do great on The Amazing Race. Because there was a point where, I would do any fucking wild challenge, and he'll eat anything. Mm-hmm. So, combined, that's what you need to win The Amazing Race.
Well, and there was a point that both was me growing up. I would have eaten anything. I would have done anything. I had, no thought of, is this going to hurt me? Is it going to kill me? How's it going to taste? I didn't care. I didn't care.
Yeah, no.
And then I got old.
Yep.
And realized I don't like things.
Yeah, you have to ride with the bull. You have to run with the bulls or do a backflip off an elephant to a lake. Sign me up. In my 20s, I would have done that no problem.
Yeah.
Now my knees make noises like a Nestle Crunch bar when I go upstairs to bed.
I can't, to bring it back to what our podcast is about, our broadcast, whatever the frick this is,
brother.
To bring it about that, I lived a very difficult life on my body. I skateboarded for 15 years. I went to punk and hardcore shows every Friday, ska shows every Saturday for years, and made poor decisions. And my body hurts all the time. How? And I wrestled one match where I took 2, maybe 3 bumps with the puppet, and I was sore the next day. How in the I get it, wrestling's fake. It's not. It's scripted. It's drama. How the hell do these folks stand up in the morning? It takes me a good 5-minute stretch before I get out of bed every day. How? So you live with wrestlers. So this is friends with everyone.
Father Time.
How does this work?
So I've also lived a similar life where I've beaten the crap out of myself. I've gone to the hardcore and punk shows on Fridays. I went to the metal shows on Saturdays. I skipped out on the ska shows. I didn't get my cardio. I had to,
I was two-stepping like crazy. I was
Yeah.
a skank slut.
Yeah, I didn't have the footwork for that. Too clumsy. But with like, especially with the wrestling stuff, so you'll see guys who like come back from an injury, and those guys, that first match back, they'll be in pain, and they'll have bruises, and it'll be stuff that they've done a billion times.
Okay.
But then, they start wrestling again and they get back into it. So it's part of the whole ring rust thing, and you'll get back into it. You'll get used to it. Your body will get used to taking those spots. It's kind of like well, you play guitar, right? I
play mandolin.
So when at first you're starting to play, your fingers hurt a lot and you can't play for very long. But after a while, you build up calluses on your fingers. It's kind of like that.
Your body can't build callus. That makes no sense to me.
It gets used to taking the bumps and all that, and your body will get used to taking. And I think I can even say it's just from playing sports, like playing football. They say it's like being in a car accident. The half the time, and you get used to it, and it's not a big deal. It doesn't hurt at all and all that. Now, if I was to do like some of it's because I'm just horribly out of shape, but you take some of these hits and stuff, and your body's just not used to it. Your body will get used to it. It builds up a toughness that like even boxers, like they get punched in the head in ways that would make some human skulls explode.
Yeah, I don't have a skull, so
like if you were to say if you were to fight Dave and you were to punch him, his head would explode because Dave
can I punch you at your wedding?
He's not a fighter. Dave's a lover.
Wait, yeah, Dave, can I punch you at your wedding?
No, there's no violence to be had upon me that day.
It has to be a loving.
That's it. I'm immune from abuse that day. Sorry.
Okay, fine. When we all get together, we're gonna sneak off because Danielle doesn't want recording at the wedding. We're gonna sneak off. We're all gonna have to pee.
Everybody's got a bar of soap and a sock.
We're gonna go into the bathroom. We're gonna go in the bathroom. I'm gonna take my shirt off, and JP, Dave, and Nick each get to chop me as hard as they want.
Oh God!
For the show,
just in the stall, somebody's like, "Oh God, got to poop real bad,"
and there's a shirtless Tom like. I'm kind of down for that, but if Danielle really doesn't want us doing podcast stuff at the wedding, I respect that. But we're totally gonna do that.
We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna be a busy man that day. I will say this,
Dave. I will interrupt you immensely. I'm gonna be a bother.
Listen, if we all remember how Margaret's wedding went, Adelie's gonna have you preoccupied the whole time. Like, do you have more goldfish for me?
yeah, and I love that kid, but I'm gonna ignore her because I'm gonna be a bother because I'm more comfortable now.
Here, I'll pull a prop out like an old character used to do on this show. Here, just lick this 9-volt battery and tell me how that feels, kid.
I'm gonna say this. I miss Ryan.
I do too.
I really do. He's a good guy.
And I talked to him today. And I miss him. Just on the messenger because he's he knows the guy that helped me secure something. So
drug?
Gotta keep it secret.
Keep it secret. Is it
Colombian Bang Bang?
Was that
Colombian Bang Bang?
No. Something with a palm tree on it.
Oh.
Not sure what that means, but he told me palm trees.
You get devil's lettuce or something like that. That's good. You're eating good eating vegetables. Quality.
I think it's just maybe coconuts.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Mm-hmm. I have tested.
There they are, standing in a row. Big one, small one, some as big as your head.
What's the next line, Dave? What's the next line?
I have a question about
somebody only knows that from the Lion King.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say the line is I wouldn't have to do this if Mufasa was still alive.
Oh Lord.
R.I.P. James Earl Jones.
Right? Did SmackDown move to USA this week?
Yes.
last week.
Permanently?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
No more Fox.
Yeah. So the reason for that is because USA wants wrestling still. Raw's moving to Netflix.
Netflix
Yeah.
January.
Oh, and oh my God.
And it's going to be 2 hours commercial free, right?
Yes. And so even more ridiculous. I've seen some of the stuff they're doing for how they're going to shoot it. It's batshit crazy. Like,
Actual guns they're going to be shooting it with.
so, well, they're going to have who they Netflix just did something. They had their crew working I want to say it was a AAA show, but it might have been a CMLL show, and they were testing out the setup that they have, and it's crazy. They got 9 billion drones. They got they're doing camera angles from spots that you don't see in wrestling. And the presentation is more cinematic, but we've been seeing that with WWE a lot since Kevin Dunn has left, that there's been a more cinematic approach, especially certain guys' entrances like Sami Zayn. Somebody's going to walk up to Sami Zayn right before his match or whatever and talk to him for 3 seconds before the camera then follows him back into the ring through his entrance and all that, which I think is super cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
excited for this.
I think that we're looking at a situation where it's going to change the way wrestling is shot, and I think it's good for everybody.
I didn't even think production changes at all. So that got me excited. So I just thought, like, oh, we're going to have a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Like,
nonstop.
Maybe they're going to bring back, like, the fun backstage bits they used to do, or, like, the old Coliseum videos where it was, like, a theme and they're in the Wild West and, like, there's this, like, nonsense happening. Like, I'm hoping they bring back that, like, playful silliness that really had nothing to do with wrestling.
Yep.
It was just a wrestling person in the Wild West while in between matches. I don't know. It was also, that was one of my favorite, like, wrestling memories, was watching that. It was just like, I remember it was an old Coliseum video. It was awesome.
I've never watched The Bump, but I would expect it to be something like Livewire. I wish they would bring back Livewire.
Shockwave.
Saturday mornings at 10 a.m.
So they're bringing back Saturday Night Main Event with Jesse Ventura doing color commentary. So that's pretty cool.
You know what I really want WWE to do? I'll even settle for AEW. I don't care who does, but I think it'd be really cool. I want there to be a wrestling show in the Sphere at Vegas after what I saw from UFC this past weekend, because it just looks really cool.
Does it?
It does. Like, I'll say this: probably watching that fight in person sucked. Like, I think watching UFC in person, like, unless you're depending on your seat, is kind
You're
of
watching the screen.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was really weird how they had like 3 screens set up on the Sphere, but like I can only imagine what it would be like, that atmosphere and the presentation from the home viewer for the Sphere with WWE. I think that'd be
I won't be surprised if with the Netflix deal, I won't be surprised if WWE does that in the next year.
Well, I doubt they do it in the next year because they're going to Vegas for WrestleMania. So I would say 2026 probably.
My roommate was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and he just happened to be there and went to see the Grateful Dead or whatever version of it there is in the Sphere there.
The Grateful.
And yeah, he's not a big fan of the music, but he was like, dude, it was insane. Like they do all this crap on the ceiling. You for a few, you have to keep checking to make sure you're not moving. It's pretty ridiculous. And I know they do that with a lot of shows, and I'm kind of like, I wouldn't mind going to see a wrestling show there. And the thing is, we're right now with the state of wrestling, everybody's copying everybody. Like, I know that, okay, so AEW is good at this, WWE is good at this, but the thing is that if you look at a lot of what they're doing, there's a lot of, hey, this worked for these guys, so we're going to do that.
Yep.
And that's okay. The thing is that AEW has something that WWE doesn't have. WWE has something that AEW doesn't have. And here's my rant about this. Not a huge rant, but I feel like AEW is great about remembering things, about remembering history, about remembering that, hey, this guy was in a tag team with this dude in DDT a million years ago, and they know each other very well, and bringing up the little bits of information like that you would hear, say, in a normal sports, or in most sports, you would have that. You'd have, oh, well, this guy was on a team with this guy back in the day and all that. They played for the same college or whatever.
Yep.
And I like that. And then WWE, they look at the bigger, they'll have a bigger story and that they push towards. And I feel like sometimes AEW kind of misses the boat on that, focusing on the small stuff. And it's like, I would love both companies to be like, okay, we got our big story, we got our small story, and both companies have examples of that working. You've got your Bloodline, you've got your Swerve Hangman, hell, at this point, Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson, like just like that is I'm really excited about that match. I mean, you guys know this, that I've been excited about this ever since Nigel McGuinness started doing commentary for AEW.
The second that happened, you're like, oh my God, it's happening.
Yeah, because McGuinness has not shut up about it ever since he retired.
Brilliant.
And it's something that stretched across multiple companies, and it's like, is this a gimmick? Is it real? And those are the best ones. Those are the best stories when you're not sure, is that what's going on here? Is this real? Is it when it has just enough reality in it?
Yeah.
That's when it gets good. I think back to the Matt Hardy, Lita, and Edge thing. Like, that was a great story. Wasn't executed perfectly, but great story.
Did you think?
To this day, I still think it was real.
Well, I think Matt Hardy would have done.
It started in reality. It was based in reality.
That 100%.
Yeah.
Although
Edge and Lita were going to have sex in the ring.
I do just want to mention this before I forget it. You mentioned the Bloodline storyline real quick.
Yeah.
And I have a theory. Armando Alejandro Estrada has signed a Legends nostalgia deal with WWE.
Just saw that, yeah.
I have a feeling that they're going to bring him in to be the mouthpiece to counter Paul Heyman during the Bloodline Civil War. And I would love nothing more than that. Like,
is the Bloodline Civil War like the Bullet Club Civil War at this point?
No, it's better.
It is, right? Like, yeah.
Because we're going to be yeeting and shit.
It depends. Well, see, I don't know where he's going to be. Like, if I wonder what they're going to do with Zilla.
Who's Zilla?
He signed, right?
Zilla Fatu.
I think I've heard him as Zilla, but maybe I've just mispronounced.
So he's currently signed with WWE.
Is that Umaga's son?
I think he's Umaga's son. Yes.
Okay.
They're all
so it makes sense that him and oh my God, I almost just said the wrong manager.
Armando Estrada.
Yes. I almost said the guy in AEW from QVC. Abraham Abrahentes. Yeah.
Yes. Alex Abrahentes.
Yes, that guy too. But I could see, like, I don't know if Roman is gonna be like Roman and the Usos versus Solo, Gorillas, and Jacob Fatu. I still think there's gonna be extra members on both teams, though. I think we got Hikuleo is gonna still show up. There's still Zilla, and I don't know who else they'll get. There's still a million other Samoans out there. I mean,
I think it's gonna get spicy as fuck. I didn't realize who this Armando guy was, and that he was Umaga's mouthpiece.
Yep.
Yes.
So this is
Armando Alejandro.
This is very good.
He had the whole cigar thing. He's always doing this thing with.
So
I just imagine him and Cody having like a cigar together. Like,
so without getting too into like the weeds on it, what do we think the payoff is?
Jacob Fatu becoming world champion.
They're building somebody new for they're building a couple of top stars. They need new top stars because a lot of the top guys are all in their 40s now.
Yeah.
You need a new Randy Orton. You need a new John Cena. You're at the point where you need a new Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So they've got Gunther. They've got Damian Priest. Those guys are great start. But you still need more guys. So I don't know if Solo's a top guy yet. Jacob Fatu is 100%.
Tanga Loa is not.
Are you kidding
Tanga
me?
Loa
This
never-
guy's
I can
break
see
Ric
them.
Flair's
I can
record.
see them building Tama Tonga though.
Tama Tonga, they're starting. If you're paying attention to a lot of he's a small stuff guy, where he'll string together these little things that he does, and you slowly realize that he's one of the smoothest wrestlers out there. Like I really want to see him and Randy Orton have a match where they just spend a whole match trying to RKO each other.
It's
slide around.
Yeah, I'm not a big Tama Tonga guy, but I get it. Like, he's good. He annoys me. Like, his personality annoys me.
Yeah.
At least it did in New Japan.
I think at that point.
I think it was because I don't like Tonga Loa, and the Gorillas of Destiny was like didn't do it for me.
Fair.
But I think like when the Bullet Club was splitting and he was kind of like getting feisty, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited for the next year of wrestling. And I don't want the bloodline to pay off yet.
And I don't think it is. I think there's still a lot more length.
I think they've got a good. I honestly think they could probably do another 2 years.
100%.
I think we're going to see a blow off. That's only going to be a temporary thing.
Yeah,
we're going to see a couple members defect, a couple members disappear for a second, and then another big Avengers Endgame situation.
It's going to come in waves, right? Like they're going to build up. The climax is going to happen. And then it's going to dwindle. And then, like, we're going to be like, oh, like, what's going on? It's not as big. And then it's going to be like, hi.
And then you just keep bringing in new members because they
there's so many to do it.
They can literally do this forever.
The Bloodline is WWE's attempt at Marvel's cinematic universe with Avengers Endgame in a way.
Okay.
I literally just said that.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know what
I'm sorry.
so.
I've got a lot on my mind, including
is that when they leave where they live and they go into like the real world?
It's the big blow off
skating on the boardwalk.
Close. It's the big blow off where they have the whole big fight and everything gets summed up and all that.
They get to their boss's house and they find out he's dead, but they don't want people to realize he's dead, so they kind of have a fun weekend with him, holding him up.
The babysitter, not the boss. The babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
Then they take the dishes onto the porch roof. They throw it off and shoot them,
they yell,
like
Opa!
And then they say, "Those dishes are done."
Yeah.
And this episode's done because I'm tired and I've got other work to do. But I gotta get married on Saturday
tomorrow.
So, by the way, Billy, if you do actually love Tom and you want to talk about how much you hate me, you can buy an I Hate Dave shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. And that's nerd spelled N.R.D. You can support us.
Do this. If you do buy it, Bailey, you don't have to buy it. Just hit me up. If you want to go out with Tom, just let me know. I'll buy you the shirt.
Oh,
just you focus on your relationship with Tom because that love is important to me.
JP, you're so good.
Important to me. Just like we're gonna definitely not ruin Dave's wedding at all because love is important to me.
We can't ruin Dave's wedding because we've got to.
Danielle will kill us
because we respect Danielle.
I was going to say, don't do it for me. Do it for her.
So. Oh yeah, no, it's just fear of Danielle, 100%.
Yeah, we're going to your wedding for Danielle.
Please, cufflinks, I got. Please,
like, this is
Danielle. Try to run away, Dave. We got you. You'll try to run away. Nope. Get cut off. You will be.
Oh, I'm not trying to run away from this girl. No, thank you.
So, if you like watching our show, subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube.com/it's us, the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast /subscribe / yeah. If you want to buy our stuff, Dave said, prowrestlingtees.com/Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Find us on the internet. We're on all the platforms. Type in Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, WNRDB, whatever. Patreon is a thing still, I think.
It is.
Give us your money. I'd really enjoy you to give us our money.
Check out JP's hot sauce channel.
JP reviews hot sauce, and honestly, it's really nice. One time, because I love JP, I sent him a hot sauce because it made me think of him when I was in the store. And then remember, next week, Dave's not in charge.
Holy shit. What could go wrong?
Gonna be awesome.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, go ahead.
On behalf of myself, the newly married DaveCTheVoice, JP Hooper, Mr. Tom Says Hi Sasso, and Nick, who's taking care of 2 children and a wife right now, in fairness. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.
I ordered 45 pounds of pasta and 8 gallons of marinara sauce, and I'm going to fill a bathtub up with it, and I'm going to sit nude in it and just talk about wrestling next week, and no one else is going to be on the show. It's just going to be me in a bathtub of pasta.